Hello and welcome. This is Siobhan Brady here, spiritual mentor, tuning in for this week's reading. Now, as I sometimes say, I do get here a day late, but better late than never. So today is actually the 8th, not the 7th of October. But the reading will be for the energy of yesterday going forward until next week. So hope you're all doing well. So much exciting changes happening, and very rapid changes. So I've just been on an amazing course in here in Ireland in Dundee, doing a shamanic counselling course, and I cannot tell you the insights and the new dawning that is beginning in myself. I'm in awe, and I had to take some time yesterday then, obviously, because it was from Wednesday until Sunday, so I took some time then to myself yesterday, which was much needed. And so even to even come in and do the reading yesterday evening, I just felt, oh, you know what, I think I need to just rest myself, and sometimes that's what's needed. So, and I'm glad I did, because today I'm still feeling the tiredness because of all the new energy coming in and all the releasing that I would have done over the space of the 5 days. It's just magic, and the magic that's there for me is just absolutely amazing. But now to get to what's going on here with us all. I had so much work done on my throat over the last few days, and I can still feel that there's a collective, this is a collective energy now that I will be talking about here for everyone. So it's not just personal to me, but there would be an awful lot going on with regards to the throat and the expression and who we are. You see, we are being called now to step into who we are, okay? And a lot of the time, we're kind of going, well, I don't know who that is, so I can't step into it. Whereas we need to just kind of go, okay, I'm going to take the steps forward, and it'll show itself to us. So it's like that picture or that phrase that you'd sometimes maybe see on Facebook, where you're saying to God, show me where to go, and then I'll go. But God is saying, you start going, and then I'll show you where you're meant to go. So it's about the trust. And I would have posted something on my Facebook page about trust there earlier today, because it's such a huge word. And for me as well, personally speaking, when my journey began, and probably maybe even a year into my journey, I was still having to look very closely at trust. Well, I think I only started to really realize it then, and how I needed to trust myself. And by not trusting me, I wasn't trusting in the angels or the universe or the higher dimension or the divine energy or whatever it is. So then I began to learn in a kind of a difficult way, because that's what I chose. Yeah, a lot of us can identify with that. We like to make things very difficult for ourselves. But then I began to trust, and it was trusting my own intuition. Trusting in the fact that I have intuition, first of all, and that I have all these beautiful, wonderful gifts that God has given to each and every one of us, that we can tune in and we can start to learn how to trust ourselves, what we're feeling, hearing, seeing, sensing. And then on the back of that then comes the beautiful trust of what we're feeling, hearing, sensing, seeing, touching, whatever. And that actually comes from the universe. So it all starts to, it's like a two-way thing. So and it's funny, because the card in this deck that has trust written on it, always, well, not always, but a lot of the time when it comes up, or it comes up for people, I'm always drawn to show trust you. So the U in the middle of the word, and then trust us, US. So it's TRUST. So trust you, and then trust us. So it's a combination of stuff. So as I said, it's actually Tuesday the 8th today. And I always like to be honest when I come on board to do the reading, and not let on that it is actually Monday and I'm only posting it Tuesday. No, it is. I'm coming live here on the Zoom, which is what I record on, and I will be posting it to YouTube on the 8th. So yesterday, as I said, for me, and it was a reflective day as such, but there's a whole sense now as well, because we're relatively, like the last reading I did, we were still in the end of September coming into October. So we're into it now, and we're traveling in, and this is the last quarter, or the last quarter of 2019. So we have to be very mindful, because what's coming is going to be massive. And I'm being reminded of the feeling that I would have got on Sunday in my last session before I left Derry, where I was brought to the highest of the high. I was brought straight to heaven with God, and I sat there, just he and I, and still quite emotional for me to speak of. But it's like, how far do you want to go? How high do you want to go? And this is what's coming in. So we're being brought now, we're being lifted. So are you ready to fly? Because before this, I always thought I was ready to fly, and I have gone up before, and I've gone to certain levels, and I've questioned, is this you, God? Is that you, God? Is this what you look like? Is that how I'm supposed to see you? But there was no mistaking where I ended up on Sunday. So I used to sometimes say, yeah, I'm ready to go, and then I go, oh. But on Sunday, it was like a rocket launch straight up. So I've got over this fear of the layers or the levels, and I just went straight up. And it was beautiful to have somebody there with me to witness that as well, in the sense of the journey that I was taking. So we're all on a journey. So how high do you want to go in yourself? Where do you feel you want to be brought? What would you like to achieve? You know, start now. And it may seem like a funny time to be planting the seeds, but we should have been planting seeds all throughout this year for what's coming in next year, the new age, the new dawn, and it's even the new world. Like 2012, yes, I've been brought back to 2012. 2012, my journey began in 2011, but 2012 then, when we felt, we were told the world was going to end on the 21st of December, 2012. And you know what, guys? In some ways it did. The old world did end, because the mass awakening, and we're only starting to see it now, where the collective awakening, and this is like 7 years on, going into the 8th year now next year, this is it. And this is what it has all been leading to. So are you ready? Get on the bus. It's time to get on the bus. And I tell you, it's mind-boggling. It's mind-boggling where we can go. It's amazing. And there's no words. So I can only sit here and go, I am a completely new person to what sat in front of you last week. But I was a completely new person on Sunday early in the later morning, when I lay down to do my journey with the shamanic counseling, which is about journeying. 30 minutes of a journey, I was a different person coming back from that journey. So in that 30 minutes, I changed completely. So it's possible. It is possible for us all, and we leave things behind, and we allow the new to come in, and we express our love for ourselves, and this is so important. So and here I am, and sometimes I feel like I'm waffling on, but obviously what comes out of me is like, well, I need to say it to hear it for myself, I guess, first, but it's for us all. So taking a big deep breath, and letting go of some of our collective energy that we would carry. And there's a lot of like, I feel excited, and what I feel I'm being told here is there's a lot of stuff brewing. So don't be afraid to feel the excitement of where your life can go, because daydreaming, visualization, seeing things in your future, that's what brings them to you. So make it good, and just don't be afraid to let everything just wander and go, and all of that, and go with it, okay? Because life is just waiting for us all. And I can't tell you, this one's sticking to my finger here. So this for yesterday and today, Monday and Tuesday. So I tell you, I can't even begin to explain what is happening. And I will start to explain that at some point when I know what I'm talking about, because I can't at the minute. So it's all just coming. We're getting downloads, we're being upgraded, we're being shifted in our energy. Things are changing, people are changing around us because we're changing, and that's okay, because stay in yourself. Stay in yourself. Don't get pulled down or pulled out or pulled back, because this is happening too. Do you know? So the tree. And that one, there's 2 after overturning there. I can see the bottom one, and I know why that's for Wednesday, Thursday. So it's very important that we stay in ourselves, and know that what's coming for us may not be for somebody else. So we don't have to make it about anybody else. We need to make it about ourselves. And the card that turned over, as I said, that my hand is very apt for that. So that's why I was told to take those two out. I don't know what the other one is, but the top one, or the bottom, well, the bottom one now, but the top, anyway, you know what I'm saying. So yeah, I do want to say to people though that yes, of course, because the skies are getting darker here as I speak. The sun is shining, but there's dark clouds. There are dark days, and there are going to be dark days, you know, but there are also the bright days. So when you take enough from the bright days, right, and fill yourself up with the bright days, then you just blast the dark days out of it with that light. And I don't know if you can hear that noise. It's like a... So we're blasting the dark days out of it. I hope you can hear that noise. I don't know what's going on. And it just stopped. So it's like we're blasting the dark days out of it. So don't be afraid, guys, because we are full of light. And the more we focus on the fact that we're full of light and fill up with that light, then we'll just blast everything out of the water. And you see, because the darkness is rising as well as, you know, the power of the light. So remember that the light is far more powerful than any darkness, and that we have the power to overcome, and just keep fighting that fight for yourselves. And this one's gone down, and it's I can't see what it is. So we have 4 cards again this week. I believe, was it last week as well? We had 4 cards. So we have on Monday, Tuesday, which is Tuesday's today, but so we're going back into yesterday. Oh, how lovely. And I'm taking a very personal kind of a stance on this one as well, because of what I spoke about and how we're adapting. But collectively, again, yes, self-acceptance. So again, accept the changes, and accept maybe if you're changing and other people around you aren't changing. That's absolutely fine, and that's okay, because we all move at a different pace, in our own way, in our own style. And you know, I know myself as a therapist and a healer, and you know, sometimes with people around me, I have especially people close to me, not necessarily clients, but I would be inclined to go, well, you need to do this and you need to do that. And we have to be careful of that too, because just because we understand it and it might be our journey, it doesn't mean that it's going to be everybody else's journey. So we'll all find our own way to get to that place of accepting who we are and where we're going, and that we're not the same as everybody else. And I, for one, would have always wanted to fit in, I guess, when I was younger, and then I also wanted to stand out, which is, you know, to be heard when I, you know, as a kid. And so I learned how to do that, and so then it became acceptable for me to be the loud one, I guess, and the wild one. And I would still have plenty of her in me, because she is natural enough, but there's a far more sensitive person there as well. So sometimes we how should I put it? We learn how to be a certain person in order to fit in the way that we think we should fit in, or stand out perhaps in the way that we think we need to, when all along all we need to be is ourselves. But we're finding our way as we do that. So like, I can look back now in my wisdom perhaps and my experience, and see how I would have done what I would have done in order to gain whatever it was that I needed to gain from my life at that time to get me through. Or I don't even know how to phrase it, but you know, accept yourself for who you are, whether you're a child or, you know, an elderly person or whatever it is. And you can also accept the changes, and accept them with grace, and accept them with the knowledge that yes, it's okay to still have work to do, you know, and it's okay that if you feel you've done, you know, that, like, we've all done things we regret, we've all treated people badly, we've all maybe said or done things, and just let that go. And exactly the same then as what would have been done onto us through other people or circumstances. It's about trying to accept the fact that you may have changed in some way because of that, but it's okay now to accept the fact that, you know, you were hurt by it, or injured by it, or and just feeling that you've held on to stuff or perhaps, with the way we treat somebody, just let all that go and love yourself enough to accept it all. You see, she's sitting there, or he's sitting there, it doesn't matter what way you look at this, all alone. And the hand is raised up, and it's like there's a little butterfly or something there. So it's self-acceptance of who you are, whether you're big or small, and just try to be in balance with everything that's around you. And there's so much happening. It's actually amazing, and I'm very excited by it. But that's me. I get very excited. I just know, I have a background in theatre and singing and all of that. But I'm just very excited by it for everyone, not just for myself, because I and again, I can't quite explain it, but I know there's massive, huge changes coming, and things are moving very rapidly now as well. I've noticed even the timeline as we would know it here on Earth, like, saying things and then they're happening. That's coming in nearly as soon as you say something now, you nearly see it playing out. So it was like the other morning on the course I was on, one of the ladies was going, anybody got a mirror here? And we were like, no, well, I hadn't one anyway. There was 4 of us in a room. And the next thing she goes, oh, I found a mirror. There was one on the inside of the wardrobe door. And then I said something about a pillow and wanting another pillow. And then I was doing something like this, drawers, and I opened the drawer and here was a pillow. So I said, Jesus, ladies, we're really manifesting rapidly. We need to think bigger here. So, and that's how quick things are happening. But and they were just 2 examples, but I had been thinking it myself in my head the evening before, and then how things, that was the first morning we were there. We started on the Wednesday, so it's Thursday morning. So this is how quickly things are manifesting for us. So what do you want? Ask for it. Because, see, this is the card that I saw. So I still don't know what the other one is because it's here behind. But that's the card that overturned that I saw in my hand as I was talking. So this is for Wednesday, Thursday. So we're talking about the blessings. And I want to kind of cry when I say that, because I'm saying, what blessings are you asking for? Now, I know I'm asking for a big blessing about a house move. And as I posted yesterday on Facebook, the patience just wear a little bit thin with me sometimes, because, and that's kind of where I fall out of my trust more than anything. There goes that word trust again. So it's about how God and the angels then respond to me. And for anybody that doesn't follow me on Facebook, like, I was driving in my car with a new CD and I was talking to God about the whole house and all of that, and he just said, put on whatever number on the CD, and I put it on, and it was that song, Have a Little Patience, and I just laughed and laughed and laughed and laughed and laughed, and I can't think of the band that sing. It's not Boyzone, it's some of those other boy bands, and it's a great song. And so blessings to you all. So bring them in now, because this is for Wednesday and Thursday. And again, it says, I'm hearing that thing then about sowing the seeds, and okay, and what do you want? So here's the second card that fell out for trying to bring it kind of one side of my head there. So for Wednesday, Thursday. So the harmony here is, well, there's an awful lot about expression in this, which is an awful lot of the blue here and the throat and the truth chakra, and then you have the orange here of the sacral chakra, which would be, fear and new ideas, new beginnings, confidence, grounding, sexual energy, all of that, a divine feminine, divine masculine, whatever it is, and bringing you into balance. See, harmony, balance. So bringing you into that place of harmonizing within yourself. And you see the angel there is playing a violin, and I'd say there's probably every color of chakras there, because you can see the yellow, there's purpley blue there, so it's beautiful. So the only one that I can't see there is the purple of the crown chakra. But you can be sure that this is a lot of what being brought into harmony and balance with yourself. And also as well, this card would talk about all the ups and downs and the upheavals. And by Ginny, 2019, guys, has been brilliant in a really different way than 2018. Because when I talk about 2018, I go, oh my God. But 2019, I kind of go, yeah, oh, it's been a challenge, but it's been amazing because it's just, wow, it's rocked my socks off, to be honest, with regards to the work that I've been able to do for myself. And yeah, some of that it is challenging, but it's been and it's just amazing. So this is it now, you see, as well, with regards to, I know we're talking about the 7th of October into the 15th, which is next into 15th or 16th next week. But this is not just for this week, it's about going forward, because it's about bringing everything now into balance for heading into 2020. So tying up all those loose ends, guys. And I feel like there's a load of stuff I need to kind of settle myself into, and I know it'll be shown to me as I go along, because even the work that I would have done last week, it's just bringing me forward. And that's what I love, and that's why I'm so excited. And I'm excited for everyone. So if you need help with any of this, and you're feeling confused or confused, or that you just like a little bit more extra guidance, I am available for one-to-one readings, and I do them over Zoom or Skype or Messenger video. I do them one-to-one in my home. I do healings. I do shamanic. So don't sit in silence when you can reach out and be helped and have something cleared very quickly. In the space of a few minutes, you can turn everything around, and I see that all the time with people, and it's just amazing to see how people are transforming. I had a lady here today, and after one session, this was her second, when she walked to my door this morning, I was amazed. And it's not just about what happens here, it's about what you do when you leave here. That's when you're really doing your biggest work, or when you go anywhere for a session, or you're going to a workshop or anything like that. Yeah, the work you do there is very important, but it's when you leave there, it's more important, because you're taking on, and you're taking on yourself. Okay, so Friday, Saturday, Sunday, freedom. And I'm very humbled by that card, and I'm very grateful to be seeing that coming out for everyone, because it's time. And I feel emotional, yes, because it's time for us now to free ourselves from our own minds, our own limitations, our own setbacks, our own busyness, and being allowed to be pulled back. And I don't know if I shared this last week, because it was when I was reading for I can't remember, somebody here. I don't know if it was last week, the week before. So I may have shared it last week on the video. I don't always remember, but it's so important. I think I need to say it again. And what's happening is our souls are soaring into 5D. Some of us are already there. More of us are on the way, and this is what's happening, right? So some of us are not quite there yet, and so our physical is kind of still very much 3D. So we have the 5D soul going, and our soul is always leading the way if we let it. But what happens is our head decides to kick in, and we're still in some ways we're still battling with the 3D there. So we're pulled back. So there's this ongoing battle all the time. And I loved when Spirit came forward and actually said it to somebody that was here for a reading, and I was like, oh my God. And it was just when it was said, it was like, that makes so much sense to me, even. So how our beautiful souls are leading up to 5D or into 5D, whatever way you want to look at it, I suppose, or within whatever way you want to see it for yourself. But the head space, the physical space, the 3D we're still in that battle. And that's okay. So don't beat yourself up over that either. But look, so if you even sit at the weekend, and interestingly enough, I'm going to be spending the weekend with a lot of spiritual ladies, so there'll be a lot of shifting going on, energy and just lovely stuff coming in, as always does when you get together with like-minded souls. So freedom to be yourself, right? And and I don't want to make all this all about me, but I think this does help when I speak from personal experience. And during the week there also, when I was working in my journey, I have a daughter in the spirit world, and she came forward and she said, "Mammy, you know, it's so lovely to see you becoming yourself again." And it was like she said to me, "You were afraid to be yourself." And it's like I said, and it all starts to make sense eventually why I had to blather on, but it's like it's like I said to you there at the start, I became this person to be seen, to be heard, but it was still a natural part of me. And then in some ways, then I started to pull back from all of that too. So now I'm just being seen, being heard for who I am, the natural Siobhan that's in there that sometimes doesn't let herself out. And I do it here because it's safe for me to do it here. I don't always, in the public. And I have to really start speaking my truth in every sense of God speaking through me, the messages he has for me to give to the people, and how there's so much freedom in doing that for yourselves. So who are you? What are you holding yourself back from? What is it you want to achieve? And if I'm not mistaken, that card was out last week or the week before. So we're getting a lot of messages about freedom. So freedom is freeing yourself from whatever you're doing that's stopping you from moving forward. Because I think I remember going, what is it you're doing? I got very serious, or whoever was speaking to me was very serious about the freedom card the last time it showed up. I think that was last week. I think it was the first card out, because I'm being kind of shown that now. So freedom, freedom, freedom. So just think about what freedom actually means to you. Freedom to love, freedom to choose, freedom to sing, freedom to dance, freedom to speak your truth, freedom to live, freedom to dream, freedom to express your thoughts, your emotions, who you truly are, all of that. Freedom to be. And, freedom to stand in your power. And if that means walking alone, so be it. Don't conform just to be where everybody else thinks you should be, or to be part of a group. No. And that's what I've been doing still, even with this amazing gift that I have, that God is giving me to bring to the people. So I have to rise, and we all have to rise. So free, 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 freedom. I just want you to think about that. I want you to really think about that over the weekend, and not just the freedom, but the self-acceptance for yesterday and today, because it is Tuesday today, right? And then we have these two beautiful cards, and oftentimes when I come on and I feel the collective energy, and then it kind of changes as I go through the reading. I'm actually feeling more of the collective now, because we know now, and our souls, that freedom card has really hit home for everybody, and I know it has, because I can feel it, and it's amazing. And it's okay to cry. It is okay to cry. Self-acceptance, see, it's okay to cry. So we're coming full circle now, and we're going around in a full circle with these cards. So we've gone from Friday, Saturday, Sunday back into the first card here, self-acceptance. Then we have the blessings, and I think blessings may have come in recently enough as well. So what have we been told here, guys? Are there a lot of similarities coming up in these readings, in these cards? Think about it. And then the harmony. And harmony too is all about, how we've been up and down, and ins and outs and upheavals and all of that, and how we're coming into balance. So it's about all the shit that we experience in our lives. And I was telling everybody there during the week, like, shifting the shit. And that's, we used to joke here about being shit shifters. I was here one night saying, that's what we are. Like, we shift shit, we shift our own, and we help other people shift theirs. So let's start shifting our shit. And I know it's funny, but it's actually quite serious as well, because that's what we're doing. So blessings. And I keep hearing that song, "A blessing on your house, mazel tov," which is from Fiddler on the Roof. And so a blessing on all of your houses, because that's what wants to happen here. And you can see the houses and you can see the angel. So ask for the blessings, because you aren't becking well asking either. Sorry now, that's coming in there as well. And then people are wondering why their lives are kind of staying the same. When you ask for something, though, you have to get out of the way and actually leave the door open for it to happen or to come in. Instead of going like, here, all right, here's your sister. Because 8 years ago when this journey started for me, I thought that the magic wand was just going to be waved and hey presto. No, the magic wand is there, but we're in charge of it. But we can only kind of say, well, look, there's that door there now and I'm ready to open that door. Bing, the door opens. But that's it. You walk through it then and you do your work. So it's only when you get to level by level so that you can see where you need to go. So nothing changes like dramatically in the sense of everything just sorted for you in one go. Then you learn nothing. So please, please, please ask for your blessings and take them on and bring yourself into harmony. And then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, a brilliant sense of new life, new beginnings, new enlightenment, new ascension, all of that coming in. So I'm telling you here and now, take what's there, claim it, own it, take action on it, and get moving before you're left behind. Okay? So I hope that makes sense to you all. Even if it doesn't, something will resonate, and that's all that you need to worry about. Again, I thank you all, and I do have a show coming up in Dundalk on the 18th of this month, October, in the Imperial Hotel in Dundalk. Would love to see some of you there. If you're around, you can purchase not so much tickets, but you can pay online to come in and all of that. So PayPal, soulhealer44@gmail.com. €20 if you book online, 25 if you're paying at the door on the night. So I would love to see some of you there. It'll be a great night, beautiful night of healing and messages and all of that. And until next week, the 14th, I believe, is next Monday. So until then, goodbye, God bless, have a great week, and I will talk to you all very soon. Bye.